this up. Hey, what's up? I tried to go. I have to figure out my Riverside because I tried to go live on it and it the first time I did it, it worked. But ever since then, I'm not able to see the chat. I think I'm getting old and losing my grip on tech. But yes, I'm here to chat about allies and this shift that we're seeing. Hey, Brendan. And yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about it and make a few predictions. I am eating some tuna salad that I made with eggs, celery, apples, mustard, mayo, sweet relish. So good. Red onions, fire. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Rebuke it. I did buy now. I rebuke it now. But day before yesterday, I did buy a blazer. So I'm really infatuated with the Balenciaga Hourglass blazer, but they are super expensive, so I can't afford them. But this designer, I don't want to say no name, but you know how they be designers, but they don't be like high fashion designers. They be like, mom and pop designers. They designed a bomb ass blazer that's kind of giving me the Balenciaga Hourglass vibe, but not with that price. And it's quality. So I love it. Mm. Hey Ren. Hey Miss Michelle. Hi Bussy. How are you? But yes. All right, so I want to talk about this. New York Times. Hey. I was trying to come on at 7. Yeah, so right on time at 7. So that's the New York Times article. And then let me see if I can find one. So there's the Sarah McBride stuff. No, link me to it, Brianna. So listen, I'm gonna make some predictions, and y'all make sure y'all tag me when y'all see if I'm right. Okay. I'm gonna make some predictions, And then, so we are going to see coming in this next 4 years. I want to say I don't think it's going to be in the next 4 years. I think it's going to be in the next 6 months. But you are going to see some of your favorite social media personalities or people that you follow that are talking about things. You probably have already seen some of this, but you're going to see them slowly shift to the right. I'm not talking about going over to Trump land. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about going all the way over there, but how they talk about transness, how they talk about anything that is deemed super left and progressive. We've already seen it with the fat girls. We see how there is a divestment from the body politic that we have enjoyed for the past 3, 4 years. We've enjoyed this kind of in these 3, 4 years. We've seen a Lizzo stardom kind of rise, like ooh, body positivity and da 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 da. We are already seeing in these social media streets these hints of people going against the grain who usually do not. Why TYT been given that these last few years? Well, come on, Marissa. That's why I unsubscribed from them. We're gonna start, but I understand it. I don't want to say I understand it, but they're they're a le- I don't ex I don't expect a lot from them folks. But I'm talking about from your faves. I'm talking about from inner community people, people inside your community that you follow. I want you to start paying attention to their actions. You're going to start seeing some more fat phobic commentary. You're going to start seeing a lot of catering to the cisgender folks. You're going to see a lot of shucking and a jiving for clicks. Even I'm talking about even more. Sometimes people were doing more leftist stuff for clicks recently because of the Palestine and you know. But I want you to watch how some of your faves are going to go to the right. Hey, Guardian, who did I speak to? Hey, Trishawn. Hey, Brianna. Hey, CL. Um, I'm gonna add NYT subscriptions to my White Ally Christmas wish list. I wouldn't want to give them no coins at all. Um, hey, Raven. The girls are gonna become centrist as hell, and that's what I want y'all to pay attention to. So, because a lot of times, a lot of times they're just performing what you want to hear, what is in vogue in the moment, what is in like the hot thing to say. Ooh, we're down with the trans people now? Sure. Because it gives the impression that I'm hip. I'm trying to avoid saying woke because people they have took something from the black community and weaponized it and made it a joke. When I was coming up, woke means what the fuck it is. You're fucking awake and you're not sleep to the bullshit that's going on in the world. and an intelligent woke person. Now, we're not talking about an unintelligent woke person. Unintelligent woke people are going to believe conspiracy theories that don't have no facts behind them. They're going to believe unintelligent woke people. They think they're woke, but they're just traumatized. And so because they're traumatized and unintelligent, they know that the status quo is bullshit. They're traumatized by racism and traumatized by patriarchy. They know the status quo is bullshit. So anything that goes against that, no matter how ridiculous it is, they'll, because of the trauma of what they've been through, they'll run to believe this. You see what I'm saying? But it won't have any facts behind it. So that's an unintelligent woke person. But an intelligent woke person is it's the facts behind what they believe, like undeniable facts. They're not just following conspiracy theories. So understand the difference. There are some people who may seem woke because they're, oh, I'm talking about the buck breaking and slavery, the emasculation of the black man. And they emasculated the black man and took him away from the family and gave the women welfare, and now they don't want to submit to the black man. When you hear that bullshit, when you hear that bullshit, they're not woke. They're traumatized. They are traumatized from the disenfranchisement, and they haven't looked into the facts of what's going on. They think that all this gay stuff going on, gay people being more free and queer people being more free, is a conspiracy theory to take down the family and the black man. That's not woke. That's dumb. Understand that. It's not woke. That's dumb. That's homophobia and dumb. Thumbs up if you agree. So, woke with some intelligence behind it, you have looked at the data. You have looked at the culture. You have multiple sources, trusted sources. So, I want y'all to pay attention to what the kiddies do, because y'all be up. I don't be saying nothing because I don't like to come up against trans people, because I want bitches to win. I want bitches to win. I want them to be educated, and I want them to be successful. So I don't like talking down on so many people. I want people win, but there are some of these people that y'all be up in their ass that are playing you. They are behind the scenes moving like white supremacists. They are behind the scenes. They have switched up their talking points to woo you into liking them. And they are articulate. They have great they can speak well, and they can almost string intelligent thought together, and they have switched it up. When I've been around for a long time, babies. Been around for a long time. And more than likely, if it's a trans person that's coming up in these streets, particularly black. Now, some of these white people, I don't be knowing, because I'm a pro-black trans woman. I feel like what I showcase in my work, you should know that Diamond Stylz is down for black trans women and black trans men. Now, I centered black trans women because I'm a black trans woman, so I'm centering my folks. I do love black trans men too. So for me, it's black trans women, trans people, black trans people, whoever's under black trans women, cis people, cis women, let me specify, cis women, and then anybody else. Queer people under them, and then anybody else. That's my hierarchy. Now I love my folks. If you black, you queer, you trans, them is my people. I consider you, and you don't have to be all three. But if you are all three, you my people. So if you black, I probably and you come up, I probably know who you are, and I've been following you for a minute. I've been following you and seeing your thoughts and seeing how you move, especially if you're online and you sharing your life online and your opinion online. And there are some people who, in this era of trans renaissance, has switched up their whole politics. They used to be really, really respectable politics, talking hella shit about sex workers, saying sex workers was getting killed because they was hoeing and tricking people. When we know that is a cisgender talking point, we know that that is a talking point that cisgender people use to demonize trans people. When the data shows, yes, thumbs up. When the data shows that most of the time when we are being killed by people who know that we are trans, and it's an intimate partner violence situation. Got it? That hat is given Miss Melody Rapper. I don't know who Miss Melody Rapper is, but I love this hat. It is from Essential, and I love it. But it is one of them things that there's a lot of people who like to shuck and jive when the data shows something different. There's even people who was all lives matter. There's people who was given when Trayvon Martin and died, and the girl and the queer women said Black Lives Matter, and all the white cis folks was like, all lives matter. It was literally trans people. I got screenshots of it because I can't wait till I get into it with these bitches so I can share it. I have them in the holster, ready. I got screenshot of these bitches doing all lives matter campaigns. But all of a sudden, now that this trans renaissance, they just like black, blackity, black, 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 blackity, black, 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 black. Pro sex worker, pro all this stuff. When you were saying the sex workers should pull themselves up by the bootstraps and stop being hoes in 2015. Before Oglefeld passed and the spotlight turned to trans, soon as Salgon's eye said to the trans people, you was like, let me get in line. Let me get in line. It's a couple of them. And I want y'all to pay attention to how these things shift and switch in how they talk about. They're going to be calling more folks. They're going to start being less politically correct because people are moving. People are moving to the right. Your girl ain't that. I'm not beholden to nobody by no coins. I'm a trans bitch till I die. Pro-trans, pro-black. These motherfuckers, I end all this shit before I say anything that's against my folks. Period. And these motherfuckers who's trying to act like that this election was lost because of trans people, and I'm talking about people on our side. I ain't even talking about Trumpers, MAGA, and right-wing conservatives. I'm talking about people on our side. Our Democratic chairman for our Democratic convention here in Texas said that we lost an election because the left people are too woke and following that trans stuff. Our Democratic chairman here in Texas. Fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode on. Because how dare you, a Latinx man, come out of your mouth when so many of y'all voted Trump? That ain't got nothing to do with trans shit. So many of y'all Latina motherfuckers voted Trump. How dare you come out of your raggedy, dusty ass old mouth and say that it's trans people that lost this election because people supported us? Fuck you. Especially a Latinx man. Especially you motherfuckers. Y'all broke y'all neck to go over to MAGA. Even though they were saying they fucking gonna deport your abuelas. They gonna deport your cousin Jose. They gonna deport all your motherfuckers. And they ain't gonna deport you, baby. They ain't gonna deport you. They gonna lock your ass up. Because in America, when you locked up, they can put you to work. That's what they gonna do. Why you trying to be funny? They ain't gonna spend no fucking money. These motherfuckers know how economically important these immigrants are. These motherfuckers know how economically important they are. They are not gonna fucking deport you. They're gonna lock your ass up and then put your work. Dumbass motherfucker. You think they gonna deport these motherfuckers and they put money into the fucking economy and they don't even take nothing from it? They know that they don't take nothing from it. They can go to the fucking hospital and they can get insurance. They can do all of that shit. They know the economic impact that they have, but they want to lock you up. They want to lock you up. They don't want to send you home. They want to lock you up. That's why in California, when they were California, we talk about the bluest of the blue, right? The bluest of the blue. In California, they had on the ballot where slavery could be abolished, period, no matter what. Instead of it being, oh, no slavery unless you do crimes. They voted against it because they want to lock you dumb hoes up, but y'all voting for them. That's the bluest of the bluest state. You think it's a game? That's the blue. What state is bluer than motherfucking California? And they didn't vote to abolish slavery all around, no matter what? Why you think that is? Audience, tell me why y'all think that is. Because they want to lock you up, ho. They want to do to you what they doing to the niggas already. Privatizing prisons, fill the motherfuckers up so they can make money. That's why the stocks went up in private prison stock. The stocks in private prisons, that's why they went up once he won. They know they're going to make money. But it's the trans folks. It's the trans people. You think it's the trans people. They're using us as a ruse to get you hoes mad. So how dare you say that we lost this election because of us? And how dare you believe them? If you do believe them, how dare you believe them? The polls say it was economics, not trans shit. The culture wars, I get motherfuckers hype, but it was economics. Because bitches is broke. Food is high. Rent is getting higher. About to wear you out. About to wear you out with these prices going up once these tariffs kick in. And you got to pay the cost. And the cost is thrown to you like an alley-oop. Point guard shit. You pay for it. Boop. Shit. But you want to say it's us? Thumbs up. All right, what y'all over here saying? Child, I remember her and Lucy went at it about sex work back in the day. What a treat to see you on Thanksgiving Eve. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We don't have that power for sure. We do not. That's the thing about it. We don't even got the numbers. Like, even in a high estimate, it is 1% of the people that are trans, even in the high estimates. And half of them are trans men. That means it's 0.5% trans women. And that's the ones y'all worried about. I'm not saying that trans men don't have no issues, but the ones that keep y'all panties in the bunch is the girls. They ain't worried about the trans men. They silent and invisible. Unfair, but it be the trans women. That's why y'all see them wearing out all these cisgender women in the sports. Y'all heard about Barbara Brando? She's a soccer player. Barbara Banda. Recently, Barbara, cisgender woman, she gets an award, like an MVP award or something like that. Football Player of the Year. So that's soccer, and not in the United States, football is football, but in the rest of the world, football is soccer. And so that's Barbara Band. So she won Football Player of the Year in the women's soccer league. And J.K. Rowling started to wear her out. Now she's a cisgender girl, but like Caster Semenya, like Dutty Chan, like so many other brown women, they have a higher than normal testosterone level. Even though in this sport, there is no max testosterone level in the sport that she plays. Like, they don't really do that. And so, they try to block her from playing, but they couldn't block her because she's a cisgender girl. And y'all said that the girls, you got to be born with a pussy. And so the girls born with a pussy is coming through dominating. And then when you find that the chemical gender, the chemical makeup is getting a little spicy, y'all want to make them not women now. But y'all said that it was with the periods and the pussies. That's what y'all said. Y'all said you got to have the periods and the pussies to be the women's. So if you got to have the periods and the pussies to be the women's, and these women's got the periods and the pussies, then they can play women's sports. This is what y'all said. These is the rules y'all said. And so now you finding out that sex, the actual physical makeup of sex, is a bunch of complicated shit. It ain't just your genitalia. Sometimes it's your genitalia. Sometimes it's your hormone stuff that spices it up. Sometimes it's your brain structure. It's a combination of things, and they can be all over the place. But because y'all want the world to be simple, dumb, and stupid, and black and white about race, black and white about gender, about sex. Y'all want it to be so lack of color in every way possible. Y'all want to be so dumbed down and believe that everything is just black and white. It's just male and female. Like there's no nuance. Like your God can't be more amazing than what your little brain can fucking comprehend. You think your God is that simple? The God that works in mysterious ways? You think he made it that simple? I've said this before. You can look at a bed of tulips. All of take like honey, 20,000 tulips and put them in the bed. And you look at the bed of tulips, even if you from far away, they all look red. They could be all red tulips. But when you look down and get up close to them, this one may be a little bit more magenta. This one may be a little bit red, but it's like a brick red and not like a ruby woo red. Or this one, it's these two reds is kind of similar, but this one, the stem is a little bent, or the bulb, the petals is turned a little certain way. Every one of these fucking flowers are gonna be different. Are gonna be different colors, different shades of red, similar in some ways and not and total opposite in other ways, but it's still a red tulip. You think a God that created that nuance in trees and plants and animals and everything else didn't make no nuance in humans? You think your God didn't make any nuance in humans? Out of all these billions of people, and then if you accept that they do, from garden snakes to anacondas, amen. And then if you accept that they do, how does it harm you? Why is your intent to keep it black and white? When you find out nuances, when you say, "Oh, it's well that," because a lot of times they say, "Oh, that's just." Even if that's real, that's just a small percentage of people. Who gives a fuck? Cool. Now we got to make some nuances for these people. Why aren't you accepting to the idea of, oh, okay, there's some people that might be coming in here and shaking this up. So let's do something different, not be exclusive, but how can we figure out how to make this work better for everybody? Why are you resistant to that? Why are you stuck in this is how it's been? This is how it's been. It's been like this. And you're not like that about anything else when it comes to advancements. When it comes to advancements and heart surgeries, and you ain't saying the Lord didn't mean for you to survive. You supposed to naturally take this whatever happening to you biologically and die. No, you saying let me go get this chemotherapy. Let me go get this heart surgery. Let me go get these scientific things and keep myself living. We're figuring it out. We letting man intervene so your ass don't die. We figuring it out. There's some things that we just adjust to. Why are you not adjusting to this nuance that you're learning? We've been in the subculture of a subculture for so damn long. And it wasn't until marriage got out the way that y'all start even fucking paying attention to us. And this is somebody who came out in the 90s. I know women who came out in the 60s and the 50s that's still living right now. So I can only imagine how crazy this shit is to them. I I did a talk. I did a lecture at the Central New Mexico Community College in Albuquerque last week, and my talk was about trans history. Like I just went through a gamut of where trans people popped up in history and talked about just their impact on culture and how we have erased some of their impact on culture. From like the PREA Act, the Prison Rape Elimination Acts that started with D. Farmer versus Brennan, which was a trans woman who was attacked and raped in Terre Haute, Indiana. And I go through all of these things. That I go through the trans connection to the Wizard of Oz. I go to sex changes, the art, people who are artists talking about and thinking about the idea of a sex change before it even exist, before it even technically exist, just the imagination coming up with it. And how, when did that start? So I go into a whole deep um conversation because y'all know I'm an academic, so that I love to do that. And so one of the things that I noticed, and I've noticed this after many times that I've given this lecture, there are some older trans people that will come up after me and they will be spilling their guts about their own impact on the world. Not saying it directly, but because I am teaching this history, they want me to acknowledge their impact. One lady came up and said, um, you see that phone? You know how when you are on your phone and your fingers can touch and it can move like that? I was in the team that created that technology. And she wanted me to know that. And she showed me pictures and she showed me her history because she wanted me to know that because I'm somebody, I'm a new griot. This is not me infringing on Monica Roberts' brand. We know Monica Roberts is the trans griot, but griot is a word of a storyteller, an African word. And so because I'm a new up and coming griot, she wanted me to know it in the hopes that I would add it to my list of people. Then after her, another woman comes up, trans woman comes up and says, I saw what you was talking about with the sex changes and the gender reassignment surgery and how we called it so many different things. And I was one of the girls in the early days who they were experimenting on my body in the 70s. And so my mine didn't come out right as I wanted it to. But now the doctors know what to do that's right and wrong. And so now the girls are enjoying the fruits of the labor that we and horrors that we experienced. So I can only imagine somebody from that time coming and seeing what's happening now with the girls like a Sarah McBride, who is right at this moment getting attacked in Congress. So she has gotten to the level where the people are voting her into a congressional seat. And the right-wing people, because of this election win, has been emboldened to speak against her and say, we are uncomfortable with her using our women's bathroom. And what did Sarah McBride say? Anybody know? She said something along the lines of, I'm not here to go debate about bathrooms. I'm here to represent the great people of Delaware. Well, yes, technically that is your job, but that's not the stance that you need to take. You are a trans woman in a space You are voted in, and you should have public accommodations that affirm your gender. And if anybody is in the position to be a bullhorn to step up and buck up against that, it's you. To be an example, it's you. Magic says, I agree, but I think she wanted her voters to know that she will make them the priority. You can do that and say, y'all not gonna play with me about the bathroom. You can say, I'm here to my constituents elected me to be here, and I'm here to represent them, and y'all not gonna play with me about the bathroom. Two things can be said. Prioritizing yourself as a trans person and your dignity and your humanity should be respected by your constituents too. They should be the ones, since they're constituents, they should be the ones saying, yo, y'all not gonna bother our senator. Other left-wing cisgender women should be, y'all not gonna bother our trans sister. This is when the allies come up. Are you an ally? Or are you not? That's why I made this the title. Are you an ally? Or are you not? Do you support her or not? You can do both. You can make your people know that you're the priority, that they're the priority, but also that you won't be respected. You won't be disrespected. Those two things can happen at the same time. And this is the time that you should be doing it. And we're not going to talk about her connection to Israel. You can, but that too is a problem. But I want to focus on you just being a trans woman in Congress who is being attacked through public accommodations. And so, as a trans woman in a state that just filed a bill to ban trans people from bathrooms, I want the trans woman in Congress to be like, nah, y'all not doing it here, and I don't want y'all to do it anywhere around the country. And you need to have the guts to do that. If you don't, why are you here? If you don't have the guts to stand up for your own humanity, your own dignity, where do they want you to use the bathroom? So this is a congresswoman, a trans congresswoman. Where do they want her to use the bathroom? We all done seen Hidden Figures. Where you want me to use the bathroom all across the world? Is that what we're going back to? But they're making an issue now. It's not about her not having an issue in Delaware. It's about her having an issue in Congress and about to have more issues when they get in office. When the top dog come back in, and they're going to have more issues it's not of course, if she had issues in Delaware, she wouldn't be the senator. Of course, she don't got no issues there. But they're creating issues for her. You need to, this is not the time to back off of these people's necks. It is not the time. It's just not. It's not the time to back off these people's necks. And then that New York Times dude are this is what pisses me off is they make it seem like us demanding respect is confrontational. You know that what that reminds me of? As a black trans woman, I know that y'all don't like to make these parallels, but they're there. It is when white people used to be like, it's these uppity niggers. It's these uppity niggas that's causing all this problem. The niggas from where I'm from down south, the colors know how to act where I'm from. They're happy. It's these up north or these unruly niggas that's the problem. They're so combative and confrontational. Why they can't just be good, nice niggas like we used to have? That's what it reminds me of. Y'all tell me if I'm lying. That's what it reminds me of. I mean, that's what I remember when the white people used to say that we have some good Negroes in our town. They don't want all of that desegregation. We got good Negroes that are happy. We don't want all of that. They don't want all of that. They like the coloreds and the whites to be separate like we do. Our Negroes like that. These other Negroes are being so aggressive. Right? That's what they're saying. And so here go this trans person talking about, oh, maybe this confrontational way the movement is going is not working. We're confrontational because we're asking you to respect our humanity and our dignity and the agency over our own bodies and our parents' ability to support trans children and our ability for our stories to be told. That is confrontational. That's not confrontational. That's fighting oppression. That's bucking up against the system of white supremacy, cis heteronormativity, racism. That's not confrontational. That's just us telling you, yo, you're not going to erase us. That's what it is. And I feel like these white trans leaders are failing y'all. Maybe this confrontational way of doing it is the wrong way to go. Well, what's the other way to go? The nice stuff? We wrote the books, right? We wrote the books, we wrote the pamphlets, we did the seminars, we did the non-violent protest, we have done the podcast, we done did the YouTube videos, we done did the zines, we done did the newsletters, we done did everything to teach you about trans people. We done did everything to help you along the way. We accepted, even T.S. Madison. I know this is a small thing, but even T.S. Madison said, oh, I'm not going to use the word cisgender anymore. Sister, me and her had a conversation about it, and she was like, God, the cis women just don't like that anymore. We have adjusted the language. Even I done adjusted not calling the girls fish, even though that's a part of the culture. And I'm still gonna do that because I think that I understand that it's disrespectful. So I'm not somebody who's gonna switch it up. No, I'm trying to. I'm learning to be more respectful, and that is my politic. And I don't need to hold on to that if it's harmful and rooted in harm, even if it's cultural, because there's a lot of cultural shit that's problematic and shady and fat phobic and transphobic and all of these things, and we gotta adjust it. But we have done all of the things. We have done all of the things. They won't do the same for y'all. For me, my politics ain't about what other people do. I'm not being an asshole to somebody just because they were an asshole to me. Yes, if we fighting, I'm gonna bop you, blah blah blah. But I'm talking about how I want to move in the world. How I want to move in the world is based on my own integrity. It's not based on how somebody treats me. If my integrity was based on how motherfuckers treat me, I would be the most evil bitch. I would be the villain of this fucking world. I'd be fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. I have to have my own integrity for me. And it can't be based on how motherfuckers treat me, because it would be, if I was waiting on motherfuckers to treat me right in order to treat other people right, I would never be right. I would be evil. Very few people would get the goodness. But I understand the sentiments of not wanting to, if you ain't doing it for me, I understand it. I feel that. I understand it. I just don't want to be that person. I've matured to, I don't want to be that person. Don't try me though. I want to be a better person for myself, not for other people, but for myself. And so if I have gotten, if somebody has told me something is harmful, and it's people I care about, that's just not, oh, I don't like cisgender because and you know, it aligns with their transphobic idea. No, I'm talking about people that I care about, because that shit rolls over to people you care about too. And so I don't want to be that person. And that's for me. It's not for everybody else. Now, that don't mean I'm perfect. Sometimes I'm gonna say it. Sometimes I'm gonna cuss a bitch out. Sometimes I'm gonna get into it with Fat Fish and call her all kind of fat bitches. And it be rooted in fat phobia because I'm mad. I'm not perfect. I don't want you to think I'm not perfect. But just know that I'm trying to get to the level where I don't do that. And I can be fat myself. And I might say it. I might say something rude that don't align with my politics. But I'm trying to be a better person. I am trying to be a better person. And over time it gets better and better. But yes, but that's what I'm talking about. It's about we have done the work. There are some people who have done the work to help you do the work and be a better person. So why exactly are you saying, and I'm not talking about outside community. This is a trans person who was quoting in that New York Times article, talking about our confrontational approach may be a problem. We've done the niceties. We've sat down and talked and let people call us out of our name. I have seen people go on shows and be totally disrespected. I mean, one of my homegirls, and this is not her fault, but one of my homegirls, she be in here a few times. She invited me. It was a paid gig. She had her professor invite me into like a call, and I come in there in this call, and it's nothing but transphobes in there asking me the most dumbest shit. Now, if it was me, I wouldn't have went in. If I knew this wasn't a safe place, I wouldn't have went in there. I wouldn't have went in there, but because I got this gig through somebody that I know cares about me or supports me, I went into the space, and it was a very toxic space. And you know, of course, I held my own, but it was just surprising. I was like, we have done these moments. We have sat in spaces and let y'all disrespect us. We have sat in spaces and been the bigger person and not bop y'all. I've seen it. I've watched it. And so somebody acting like, oh, maybe these confrontational things. What? And these motherfuckers ain't even supporting us with their chest. They ain't even supporting trans people with their chest. Look at Kamala Harris. When they asked her about the trans shit, she wasn't supporting it with her chest. What'd she say? I'm going to follow the law. But you want me to believe that the trans thing made them lose the election, and they ain't even supporting us with their whole chest. Like, nah, they're my people. You a transphobe, fuck you. We denounce transphobia. They ain't even saying it with their chest. They pussyfooting around it. We're gonna follow the law. Meaning that if the law changes, they're gonna follow the law to oppress us. So you not about to act like we lost the election for you motherfuckers. Like we was the main one that they was just riding for us. They ain't never rode for us like that. None of these motherfuckers. You got a handful of cis people that's down and say what they need to say. You got a handful of queer people that's down, say what they need to say. The handful of black folks down and say what they need to say. But we ain't never been the majority. They ain't never stood up for us with their chest. Get out of here. And now all of a sudden we got the power to shift elections. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Every chance they get, they done threw us under the bus. Every chance they get. Y'all remember the Ender bill and gender bill? Prop 8. Them gay motherfuckers was quick to say, Not all of them. They was quick to say, let us get ours and we'll come back for you later. No. And we ain't the only ones that done dealt with that. I say this all the time. The suffrage movement let us know it was a shining example of how motherfuckers will say, we looking out for us. Y'all can help us get there, but once we get across, and that was black men and white women. They was not cutting for black women like that. Either one of them. I know we be on Susan B. Anthony's neck, but it was black niggas that was like, we want to be out here getting the right to vote too. You ain't got to worry about our women. They'll get the right to vote through us. Plenty of them niggas was out here throwing black women under the bus. Clock that T. It wasn't just Susan B. Anthony's. They was. We know they was. We know the Susan B's and the Harriet Beecher Stowe's. We know they was wearing it out. We know. But we don't talk enough about the black men that was like, we want our votes. We ain't talking about the women. We don't talk about that enough. And so these white trans leaders in these positions of power, tucking their tail is whack as fuck. They're failing us. They are failing us as leaders. How they treat you in Congress is you giving them permission to treat the rest of us. And that's you and the allies that say they support you. That's why I respect AOC. Doing that press conference, I live for it. The allies should be saying, child, get the hell out of here. So I want you to pay attention to how these allies start to perform their allyship. And not just about trans shit. I'm a trans woman. The theme of my content be trans shit. But it ain't just that. See how they are throwing out the fat girls. Go on TikTok. They're wearing the fat girls out. There's a whole year, her couple of years of this body positive. There is a rejection of that. I wouldn't be as surprised if these motherfuckers get to start saying you pretty for a black girl again. You pretty for a dark-skinned girl. You pretty for a black girl. I wouldn't be surprised if that shit come back real strong. Look at what Trump Jr. said recently about that damn Scandinavian winner of that Scandinavian winner. She just, it was it Sweden? She won was it Miss Universe? I don't know which one it was. And he was like, finally, a biological woman with traditional beauty win. Oh yeah, we're back. A blonde hair, blue eyed Scandinavian woman. They have been feeling oppressed, baby, with you niggas running around winning pageants. Y'all don't think all this shit connected? No, who I'm talking about is Donald Trump Jr. She could have said it too, but I don't know. I don't remember her saying it. It was Trump Jr. that tweeted it. Yeah, honey. So I want y'all to pay attention to how these people start moving to the right. I want y'all to pay attention to it. More predictions. So that's my one prediction. He sure ain't shown that. So that's my one position. Your people. I ain't even talking about right-wing people. I'm talking about the people that you fuck with. Start paying attention to how they start when the money start getting spicy and they have to move over to the right to start making coins. We just saw Sean Terry. She lost her election and switched over to Republicans. She lost her election to another black woman. And she got mad and switched over to Republicans. We just saw that. So, I need something to drink. But this is my other prediction. So, and this is an analogy, but I need to give y'all context. All right? But y'all smart, so I know y'all gonna get it. All right, y'all know Venezuela, right? What have y'all heard about Venezuela? Like, what is y'all cultural context of Venezuela? Last time I heard it was some kind of chaos. Okay. Anything else? There is a fly in here. I opened up the door and it was there. Venezuela was trying to take a piece of my homeland. Something with revolts. Okay. So, right wing Interesting. All right. So Venezuela, a part of its history is it is one of the countries that tried to do socialism and it failed for multiple reasons. But one of the reasons, a main reason why it failed, and it's used as a cautionary tale by right-wing capitalist motherfuckers. It's a see what happened with Venezuela, see what happened girl, I don't know. I'm guessing like Jeopardy. You see, it's used as this example, this cautionary tale to be against socialism. So the capitalist right-wing motherfuckers love to be against socialism, even though the socialist programs is what we all be always fighting for politically. Think about Medicare, universal health care, um, school being free, uh, um, WIC and SNAP and TANF and any kind of programs that help people get money and da da da. All that shit is socialist ideas that we have implemented. The government coming in and helping our citizens. That is socialism, simply. And so when they talk against it, they use Venezuela as a cautionary tale. So that is what when you start hearing about Venezuela in a socialist versus capitalist conversation, it is because Venezuela tried to do the socialist thing and it failed. But the reason why it failed was because, and this is going to be an analogy, the reason why it failed is because its main export was petroleum. At one point, they found that they had they have the biggest oil reserves in the world. More than the Middle East, more than you get what I'm saying? They have the biggest oil reserves. And so their economy was based on that. And when you have all of your eggs, what your grandma say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Because if you put all your eggs in one basket, what could happen? All the motherfuckers, you can drop it and all the motherfuckers can crack. you gotta diversify. And so Venezuela did not diversify. And their economy crashed. And a lot of times people blame their failure on their socialist programming. So them giving their money to the public welfare, that people are making it seem like that's the reason why their economy failed. But that wasn't what it was. It was the petroleum. Them focus all of their money into petroleum, and then when the market gets saturated, your fucking economy is gonna crash. That's what it is. So I'm giving y'all that analogy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not here to talk about Venezuela. So it's about to get hard out here for some of these hoes, because like Venezuela and petroleum, some of the shit all these hoes can do is trans shit. Their transness is their petroleum. They can't do nothing else. And so when this trans performative, we want to give trans opportunities, we want to tell trans stories, we want to tell trans this and trans this and trans that, what they gonna do for money? Y'all see this damn fly? What they gonna do for money? And you can't go back to hoeing because Phosphor and Sesta done knock down all the sites. So now you got to be out to open on OnlyFans just to make a couple of dollars. You can't secretly go and make some money like we used to back in the 90s and the 2000s. You can't go be a quiet hoe. You got to be a loud on video hoe. Which I hate about the game now. The hoes is making money is on video. On OnlyFans. You can't just go and turn a few tricks. You can't put an ad up because they done knocked down all the ads and it's going to get worse. All the ads done moved over to other countries. Right? All the ads done moved over to other countries, and you can post for US over there, but you gotta, that's a whole other conversation. But hoeing ain't accessible. So it used to be, if this didn't work out, honey, you can go to sex work. You got to be attached to sex worker forever. Yeah, used to be able to be a demure. Oh, cutesy and demure. Used to be able to put you a little secret ad up, cover your face, put your body up, fly into a city, and honey, turn your little dates, and then go back to your life. You can't even be that no more. So what the hoes gonna do? They gonna switch it up. I just told y'all my prediction. They gonna switch it up. You're gonna see a bunch of the scammers. You're gonna see a bunch of the scammers getting caught. We see some of this stuff happening already. I was a secret hoe, right? I wasn't a secret hoe, but I knew I could cut it off when I need to cut it off. Take my ass down, and you didn't know I existed. You can't even do that no more. If you're trying to make some money, anyway. But the folks there's gonna be people out here who's struggling. We got one of the biggest funders about to close their doors. The biggest funders of LGBT anything about to close their doors in 2028. And y'all don't know nothing about this because y'all not in like nonprofit or in those kind of circles. But when you have something major like that happen, where they are funding these projects for so many people, it's gonna be impactful. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it feels like we about to go into some Great Depression type of shit, y'all. That's what it feels like. And so if you ain't got nothing else going on for you, they're gonna start attacking each other. They're gonna start eating each other, baby. You're gonna see a lot of the girls battling. The ones that are not, the girls who are not privileged with the girls who are privileged, you're gonna see a bunch of these battles. You're gonna see it. Justified or not, you're gonna see it. Because that's where the infighting is gonna start. That's where the Booker T. Washingtons and the W.B. Du Bois gonna start battling. the Martin Luther Kings and the Malcolm X's. It's gonna be a them or that. Pick your side. It's gonna be that. You're gonna see it. We already see it. The girls is gonna have to survive somehow, and it's gonna get ugly. Especially the girls who don't got experience, like the ones. I know what it was like in the 90s when there was no opportunity for the girls. Do you? Some of these young girls coming up now that's free, and they used to being able to say my pronouns are da 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 da. They're able to do certain things that we weren't able to do. They trying to go back to that, baby. What you gonna do when you can't get a job? What you gonna do when they stop letting you get your surgeries? When they stop paying for them? When they stop paying for your moans? What you gonna do? I know you're gonna figure it out because we figured it out. I know you're gonna figure it out, but that's what they're trying to go back to. We know you're gonna figure it out. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. I have faith and hope that you're gonna figure it out. But it's gonna be hard for you. Because you ain't never been in the trenches. It's like when the hoes, that was the internet hoes, and they was used to just putting up an ad. And I'm speaking from experience because I was an internet hoe. When they start shutting down Craigslist and Backpage, and you needed to pay your rent, and you literally had to go on the host roll, and you wasn't used to host roll money. You wasn't used to 4 Mexicans in a car talking about we got $60 for all of us. You weren't used to that. You was used to saying my rate is $250, $300. But the host roll price is a little bit different. You ain't used to that. That's a whole different game. I lived it. I know. I lived it. I know. It's a whole different game. Y'all know, y'all hoes know I'm telling the truth. Baby, this is a whole different thing. There was a time. I literally went out on the host roll. This is a true story, y'all. My homegirl, my homegirl Quinn, homegirl is stretching it. She's my homegirl. She's Ty homegirl. So she got real cool with Ty. So because she was cool with Ty and me and Ty was cool, we end up being cool. She started doing some weird ass shit though. Anyway, so it's like 2008 and the coins was drying up, child. It was during the recession, baby. And this is when the money in the hoeing industry was going down, my nigga. It was like, what is going on? You used to be like, oh, we got, 1 or 2 clients a day or more. Like you go to a city, make 5,000, 6,000, 10,000. It used to be love. It got to a point where you having 1 client a week and he's negotiating you down to $100. 150. You used to getting 250. What is going on? It was getting ugly. So much so, I went and got me a job. When y'all saw me start working at the motherfucking airport, that's because a bitch said, oh, I am not about to be slanging meat and sucking meats for no bullshit money. I'm gonna go get me a job. And that's what I did. I would have got a job at the airport, child. That's what I did. Once I started making equal amount of money, oh baby, I ain't gotta deal with y'all niggas at all. I'm gonna just go ahead and go give me a job, sweetie. At first, it was cute because the money was way more money than you was making with a regular job. But when it went down to the money was just equal, I'm gonna go ahead and go get a job. And so, this one time, Quinn, my homegirl, she come over and she was like, oh, I was gonna go down. I got some shit, bitch. I got some bills due. I'm gonna go down to the Club Creek and Wood Fair. And here in Houston, that's where the hoes be at. You can Google prostitutes on Club Creek and Wood Fair. And you'll see video of them hoes on the internet, on YouTube. And so I say, well, girl, it can now mind you, I ain't never been like the street hoe. But there are times in your city where street hoeing can be better for you than the internet hoeing. Let me give you an example. So I ain't heard about these in a long time. Maybe I'm out of the age range, but every city got like a classic. Like in Indianapolis, it was the Circle City Classic. We have the Bayou classic. Isn't it like a Rose Bowl classic or like a, and it's these classic where all the black schools, the rivals would play at a particular city. And so when classics was in your city, it was an event. It was a citywide event. So sometimes the traffic could be bad and people won't be trying to come out. So your regular clients won't be trying to come out. So your best bet is to be out in these streets tricking with the niggas. But it was fun because it would be like niggas your age that's fine and sexy, and you can turn tricks with them. And they done came to the event with money to trick out. So it was fun. It was like dudes that you actually would be attracted to, but you tricking with them. And so that's the kind of hoeing that street hoeing that I would do. We would go to, like, say it's an event happening. We would know that this is a busy street. We would park the car and be in bathing suits and half naked and bathing suits and thigh high boots sitting on top of a fire ass car, just to literally advertising for the dudes to drive past. And you'd be like, yo, he like, damn, what's up, baby girl? Da, 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 da. And you tell him your prices. That's the kind of street hoeing that I was used to. So, and it was fun. It was exciting. You go to the parking lot of a strip club. You know they ain't fucking them in the strip club, maybe. But they coming out dicks hard, honey. You get that money. You ready? So that was the kind of, now this kind of street hoeing though, where you standing on the corner and you ain't nothing going on, but the tricks that know about this classic street, this street hoeing ain't for me. So I told her, yo, I want to go down there with you, thinking that it was going to be like I was used to. Child, I went down there. Now, first of all, I'm driving down there with her, but guess what? Her man is in the car. You about to, now let me get this straight. You about to go on a host roll and turn some chicks, and your man, who is not your pimp, it would be different if he was your pimp. He's not your pimp. That would still be stupid. But, because who gets pimped in this day and age? I know somebody do, but I ain't. And I don't think anybody should. But your man is gonna sit in the car while you turn tricks. Now, listen. What Mary J. Blige say, I could do bad all by myself. That is me. Ain't no way I'm gonna be with a dude that's gonna be in the car while I'm turning tricks. I need you to be somewhere hustling just like I'm hustling. Maybe not turning no tricks. I don't want it to be you turning no tricks. But I need you to have a hustle. You need to be at a job. You cannot be sitting in the car on your phone. You cannot be sitting in the car playing video games or whatever you're doing in the car while I'm turning tricks. Like, I don't know what level of self-esteem that is for a girl to allow that type of relationship to exist. But this is who she was. Her man was in the car while she was turning tricks. Crazy. So I'm in the back seat, he in the passenger seat, she driving her car. So she gets out, she in her whore garments. It's not Fashion Nova at the time, but you know them short Fashion Nova bodycon dress stretchies, easy to pull up and all that kind of stuff. She got her whore hair on, lip gloss, lips looking shiny. She's ready to make a buck. So I'm like, okay, girl, I'm about to come out here and make a buck too. Baby, I tip down the street and 4 Mexicans pull up in the car and say, hey, senorita. And I lean into the car and see 4 niggas, driver, passenger, 2 in the back. And I was like, what y'all got for me, baby? And they was like, what you charge? I tell them my rate. Baby, that Mexican said, Oh, we got he got 10, he got 10, he got 10, and I got 10. What? What could I possibly do to all four of y'all for $10? Baby, I cracked up. I say, oh no, baby. Oh no, baby. Oh no. I'm out of here. I'm about to go back to this car with her boyfriend and watch him play the video game while she out here working. Cause who is not about to turn no tricks for $10 and $40 and whatever kind of money they got out here? I don't know, for safety or protection. But he's not protecting nothing. He in the car. If she get attacked by a dude, she ain't gonna know till she come to the car and tell him that she got attacked because she walking up and down the street. Ain't no safety and protection. It'd be different. He out there walking with her. That would make sense. But he in the car playing a video game. That's what he doing. So I knew that the whole stroll life was not for Diamond Style. So I never was there. Hello, T Turner. Yeah, she was an attractive girl. She was tall as hell, but she was attractive. I think she was appealing. But yes, I say all of that to say times is about to get rough, y'all, and y'all gonna see the true colors of these bitches. But it's about to get wild out here. So who is gonna be your allies? This is time for you to really figure out who your people are. This fly is in here and it is annoying the fuck out of me. But yes, child. But that's all I wanted to talk about. This is a time for y'all to really hunker down, get you some skills, honey. Go back to school or something. Maybe not go back to school. I don't know. Get you some skills that you can do some a trade, honey. Go get your cosmetology license or something. If you live in Texas, you can actually get your cosmetology license doing natural hair like braids and dreads and shit like that. And you ain't got to go through the whole program of cosmetology. You can get your license as long as you're not doing no chemical shit. They fought so you can get your license. You could do, I don't know, get you a trade, girl, get you something. Don't be out here like Venezuela putting all your chickens in one basket because that this trans shit ain't getting you in the door no more. You're going back to how it was back in the early 2000s, 90s. It ain't getting you in the door. The girls is not DEI in it. They're not saying, whose voice is not heard. They ain't thinking about you, bitch. You lost them the election. and the ones you have put on a pedestal, the white trans leaders, they're gonna abandon you. They're abandoning you now to keep their positions at Donald's round table. They're abandoning you now. They're abandoning you now. Like right now. That New York Times article, Miss Miss Sarah McBride, they are abandoning you now. They're telling you, I'm just here to do my job. They like that old black lady at your job that makes your life difficult. You thought she was gonna be an ally because she was black, but she's an evil, bitter bitch. And so because you being a black girl coming up threatens her, she don't give you no kind of leeway, no kind of grace, no kind of nothing. She just like that. She wants to keep her position. She wants to keep her position. Hmm. That makes me think about the lady that told about you was using your laptop at work. That bitch too. Except she wasn't in no position of power. She just was a dumbass, snitch ass bitch. Evil. But there's some people that are in positions of power that don't want to lose their position, and they will throw you under the bus and or not do anything to help you gain any ground. I think 45, 47 got 2 good years, but they got the House, the Senate, the presidency. So that might be all the time they need. Yes, that's all the time they need. Look at what they did the first time. Yes, that's all they need. And it's going to be so impactful. I think they're going to get them up out of there. You see, their side, their Republican side, their white people are trying to kill them. It ain't us. We don't got the balls. I do, but not the balls for that. Not the balls for killing no presidents. No. But yeah, I feel like they're gonna get him up out of there so that JD Vance can be the president. Because if they assassinate him, then JD Vance will be the president. And they already done attempted to try to get him 2 times. I think their side is gonna do it. I just think that that's what it is. I think that their side is gonna do it just to get JD Vance, who is worse. He's worse in that he is more articulate than old ass Donald Trump. Hmm. But it's not just that, y'all. It's not just a trans thing, y'all. Like, ask any lawyer, anybody who knows the law. What the basis of them rolling back Roe versus Wade, that privacy shit, that's gonna roll back so much stuff. It's gonna roll back Lawrence versus Texas, which is the law that said it was okay for you to get some dingling in your butt, and the government can't come, and the state can't come and arrest you. Them sodomy laws, and that's all based in those privacy. What is it? I can't say the word. It's privacy penumbra, or I can't say the word. It's these something. It's some kind of legal jargon that I don't know the definition. Penumbra or Brianna. What's the word? What's that P word? You the lawyer. You the esquire. It's something. Is it penumbra? I don't know what the word is, but all these, it's kind of like in the cause. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, so it's like it's these things that are penumbra of privacy. Yes, thank you. That's why it's great to have sisters with degrees. Ancestors without them, I don't want to privilege degrees, but having bitches that know some shit. um, so it's the law that says like you got inherent rights to privacy. So when it comes to like your health, and when it comes to like your marriage, like your marriage, like your wife can't be snitching on you. Y'all got a right to this private life. these privacy rights that are just kind of inherent, not necessarily worded exactly in the Constitution, but it's understood. And so all of these laws that we have were rooted in those principles. So when we think about Lawrence versus Texas, when we think about Griswold, the contraception law, when we think about Loving versus Virginia, when we think about Roe versus Wade, when we think about these laws, they're rooted in the idea of those privacy protections. And so if they have undone Roe versus Wade based on those privacy protections, then, as Clarence Thomas has said, the right to raise your own children, all of that, all the things that had to do with your children and the privacy between you and your children, all of this stuff can unend, and they've already laid out that they want to unend it, baby. Clarence Thomas, in his is it dissension, whatever, their little speech after they do the voting, in his little speech, he said it's time for us to, honey, look over Griswold, look over all this other stuff, gay marriage, Obergefell. That's all privacy shit, baby. Dissenting opinion. So he already told us that this is the plan. They're undoing all of this. Gay marriage. These laws that can't let you get no ding-a-ling in your butt in private. I like ding-a-ling in your butt. They're going to try to get you locked up because of it. And I'm not saying this to be like an extreme. Like, they have laid it out in Project 25. Like, they have laid it out. And they got y'all distracted, making it seem like, oh, it's the trans stuff. It's so progressive. It's so harsh. It's so unreasonable. But they believe in Sky Daddy. And they want Sky Daddy to rule over y'all. So y'all can't have any agency over your bodies. So this is not unreasonable what we're doing, what we're trying to get you to understand that's happening. It's not the trans people that you need to worry about. He'll be dead by then, Brandon. By the time they get to Loving versus Virginia, they would have already done Lawrence versus Texas. They would have already done Griswold. You get what I'm saying? They've already done those. Before they get to those, and there are no, and this is another thing. In order for them to overturn it, there has to be cases that is going up to the Supreme Court to have them question it. And tell me if I'm right or wrong, Brianna. There is cases that are waiting to go up to the Supreme Court to test this stuff out. I don't think anybody currently is fighting cases against miscegenation. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't think there is any cases that are coming up in the ranks that is going to go to the Supreme Court for them to shake that up. But contraception shit is. The reproductive justice shit is coming. They'd repeal the whole 14th Amendment if they could. Amen. They've talked about it. There's rumbles. They've been talking about it. And that's only the next steps once they dismantle all of this other stuff. I don't know. They're playing the long game and y'all tripping about the trannies? When we the blueprint to get y'all free. We literally bucking up against a whole system that said that we are one thing and we going to do something else. We the, honey, gender, patriarchy, we literally the root of the solution, motherfuckers. But y'all don't hear me. Now I'm getting too woke and too leftist. All right. But that's all I wanted to talk about. Make sure y'all thumbs up. What y'all want